What is up, everyone on this beautiful hologram? When you pop on, say hello. I would love to know where you are tuning in from on planet Earth, as I'm connected with so many of you all over this beautiful planet, which is super exciting. Hey Walter, how are you? I'm just gonna wait a few minutes for some people to pop on. Hey Angie, how are you? I would love for, hey Gailey, how are you? I would love to, let's see here, each when you're coming on and say you're from the world, and Katarina is here. She's arrived. We're here.
How are
We're
you?
here. We made it. We're not having technology troubles today.
No, not today. I think it's Mercury retrograde's finally over. It's like, I'm done with that. No more.
I think it's over. So, oh my gosh. Hey, Jay, how are you? So, when you all join, say who you are, declare your name, declare where you are in the world. We're super excited to hear about you. And Katarina and I are on live again as, what is it, Tim Ray calls us, what is it, the digital sweethearts. We just did that radio interview, and so we are so excited to be here, aren't we?
I'm so excited. Well, it's funny, Colleen, because this Mercury retrograde, folks, I don't know about you, but this was the heaviest one I've ever been through. And I'm not even normally like a big follower of astrology, but it just feels literally since that lifted, the last 3 days have been like movement, flow, movement. So I feel good.
Yay! Yes,
Yay.
I agree. And I'm so excited for all of you to join us, because if you do not know who we are, Katarina, do you want to introduce yourself?
What the heck? Yeah. If you don't know who we are, what the heck have you been doing on Facebook?
Exactly. I'm just kidding. Where is your light and love and your energy been? I'd love to know.
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah, no, I was just sharing that they don't know who we are. They don't know who they are.
They don't know who we are. Well, you know what? Okay, so first of all, if you're just joining us, thanks for being on here, like Colleen said. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Katarina Kazayas. I'm coming to you today from Los Angeles, and I'm a media and communications specialist and strategist. I have spent over a decade working with brands to help accelerate their visibility and their impact using media, so TV, radio, print, and then leveraging it via social media. So that is my wheelhouse of expertise. How do you get yourself seen, heard, and how do you impact? You are a social media darling, is what I would call you. Yeah. So tell them a little bit about who you are.
So my name is Colleen Gallagher, if you do not know me. And I'm a global educator, but what that really means is I empower people to understand how to leverage technology so we can create money to influence social injustices. Not that we need money to influence social injustices. You can influence it right now if you really desire, by giving back to the world, or just by simply being you. However, I really like empowering people to shift their mindset on the paradigm with abundance. And so that's been something I've been going through. And I, have been in business for 15 months, but I've been always like a digital girl when I was growing up, or woman, I should say. I was always, my friend was like, let's do the filter, let's do this. And I was always all over it. So I really am so passionate. I share about like making the magical, illogical businesses like blow up on the internet, because people are getting their information, getting their news more from the internet than they are from maybe watching TV with the new generation. Majority of the world is going to be under 30 in 2030. And so when you actually look at that, majority of that world, there's millennials or Generation Z, or now centennials, which are the very youngest, who they actually don't know the difference between like breath and a phone. There's no difference in it. And so, Katarina and I are having a very important discussion and basically birthed this 2-day retreat that's coming up. It's called Conscious Media and Manifestation. And Katarina and I were just talking actually the other day, and we were like talking just about like some really cool things with like business and media and how to leverage it and how to talk about it. And so we're like, this actually gets to be a live stream. We're actually going on live, and we're going to share about what Katarina and I talk about when it's just Katarina and I. And you guys
we're like, we really need to record this conversation. Let's do it.
Yes. And so anyway, like,
but, I want to piggyback on something you said, not to interrupt you, but it's one of those things where the newer generation is obviously a little bit more, they feel more comfortable with technology. And the older generation doesn't necessarily. So like I'm actually a Gen Xer. And I know for me, we didn't even get our first computers until I was in 8th or 9th grade. Got my first email address when I was 19. So this is a really different world than kids that are literally, growing up with an iPad in their hands when they're 1.5. And so for those of you out there, the beautiful thing about Colleen and I and the way we work together is we cover media in such a broad spectrum, because I come from the traditional side of how do you get on NBC, how do you get on NBC.com, how do you get into the Wall Street Journal, how do you get onto the wallstreetjournal.com. And then Colleen talks and trains around how do you leverage the ability to use social media platforms to really accelerate and exponentially grow that visibility. The thing that I love though, Colleen, is that between the two of us, we sort of span almost a 20-year generational difference. So folks, if you're, in your early 20s, you'll be kind of understanding the Colleen world. And if you're not, don't worry, because for those of us in our 40s, I can help you kind of bridge that world, because I'm learning to bridge it myself. And so that's what I love between you and I, is we sort of span a number of different decades, if you will. And for people in their 50s and 60s, some of you are super, super tech savvy and some of you aren't. And that's okay, because that's why we have people like Colleen.
Yes. And like the other thing that I really love is like, I'm really big, and Katerina and I talk about this a lot, about like freedom. And we're both really big on that. And leveraging media influences your freedom so much. And I'm not just talking about like financial freedom, or I'm talking about time freedom, because time freedom is the one asset you can never get back. Like with any freedom you can get in the world, relationships, whatever that you want, you can get all, but time is the one thing that you can never get back. It is the one thing, and media really allows you to expand upon that and allows you to be present with that. And so that's like something that Katerina are super excited about in our 2-day retreat that's coming up in Los Angeles, the city of angels. And oh my gosh, Isabel, you're here. And hey, Louis. And one thing that I wanted to cover too, that Katerina talked about a lot, is like, okay, we hear a lot of like you have like methodologies, and you have like strategies, and you have like tactical steps, and you have like energetic steps, and you have like woo-woo, then you have like so far in the business, you have like all of this stuff, and you have like finance, like accounting. And what's really beautiful with Katerina and I is both of us have literally traveled all over the world. Like, I think we're both around 30 countries.
I was going to say, you know what we should do one day? Sorry to interrupt you, but we should really grab a globe, one of those globes, and like color in the countries that we've both been to. And collectively see how many countries we've actually collectively been to together. And for sure, it's going to be into the 40s, for sure.
Yeah, because I'm at 35, I know, in general. So you're at like in the 20s, I think, aren't you, I thought?
Yeah, I'm like 28.
So
Maybe.
yeah, we have a lot of experience that's from all around the world. And like that experience, like, we can talk about it, we can share, but when you're actually in the essence of us and how our brain works and how our brain functions, that's actually what a retreat is for. That's actually what getting into a new environment is for you to really be able to pinpoint things about your life that you maybe haven't been aware of before, and how you can transition that awareness into the momentum of whatever you're here to create, or whatever you have already created, but how you can amplify that at an even greater way, because there's so much going on the planet right now. Like so much, and so many, like people are truly like really seeing, like they want to end poverty and taking actual steps, and how you can actually leverage these steps with yourself. And this is something Katerina and I talk about quite frequently. And I don't know if you want to add anything about some of your things. So I know.
What I was going to add is the fact that you are just finishing up your master's degree. You're going to be taking your PhD in international relations. You're working on a global movement really to eradicate, eradicate a lot of the suffering in the world, especially as it pertains to refugees.
Yep.
And I really love that. And you talked about something, you touched on this thing called energetics and energy. And part of what I talk about and train around is communication methods. And really, Colleen, one of the biggest shifts in the communication method of people as we head deeper into this century is not so much that communication is going to come from our words, not so much that it's going to come from our tonality, not even so much that it's going to come from our body language, folks. Everyone talks about body language. The communication of the future is literally going to come from your ability to communicate your energetic vibration, your stamp, your truth, your knowing. What do you know without a shadow of a doubt in your heart is your truth? And then how do you take that and actually leverage media in order to impact so that we can collectively raise the consciousness of the planet? That's really what this retreat is about.
Oh my goddess. I'm so happy you said that. And I was actually doing a reading this morning. We can like piggyback off this. I was doing a reading this morning about Bangladesh, and I'm doing a literature review for it. And in this literature review, they're talking about Bangladesh. They're talking about there's humanitarian organization and development organizations. And you know, each of us really start looking at ourselves that we are someone that develops ourselves. We develop the world as our essence, as our being, as we flow through. Like everything that we touch, we breathe, we move. We're developing part of the planet Earth and this ecosystem that we're living on. I'm not going to go like too far into this, but I'm going to bring it back to Bangladesh. So there's this development organization called NK, and they were talking about, is they're one of the best development organizations in Bangladesh, but it's not because of the microfinancing. It's not because of the way they're influencing the economy. It's because they're empowering people around them to collectively have consciousness that are in poverty to understand what their opportunities are. Yes. And so in this retreat that we're doing, this container, this environment that Katerina and I are cultivating really is going to be into the development of you and the development of your communication and the development of the essence of what's available for you in your business and manifesting your desires and impacting and influencing the social injustices. And, you know, out of the thousands of hours of research I've done and will continue to do, you know, development of yourself or others. And especially like Katerina and I shared, we've been to collectively to almost 50 countries, but we just figured out on this live. That experience and that knowledge of who we've met, all the interconnectedness of the whole world, of the one experience at the airport, the person that, you know, with the cab driver, this and all the things that we've learned, that is not something that can be collectively just shared in one moment, but you can capture in that essence with us and then use that in your communication and borrow our experiences to be templated on you, so you can have that as a base template. And when your template is something that's allowing you to create momentum into the world or into your business, so you can get whatever you desire.
Yeah, and thank you for that, Colleen. And one of the things that I see, because I mentor people a lot in the media as it pertains to getting their voice and their being out in front of other people, and one of the biggest things that I see people holding people back is their fear of two things. Number one, being truly authentic to who they are, because as a society, we've cultivated, you know, generations that are being told you're not enough. You're not enough if you don't have that car. You're not enough if you don't have those eyelashes. You're not enough if you don't have that white picket fence. So as a human being, we're being told and groomed to believe we're not enough. So number one is, what is your true, authentic vision? And number two, the other thing that I see holding a lot of genius back is people are afraid to share that message. And it's not so much that they're afraid of public speaking or appearing on camera. They're really afraid of public judgment. So what is it that you can do to step into your inner celebrity, to step into the superhero that is really inside you, so that you can rise above that tribe mentality and really recognize that whatever your truth is your truth for a reason? And if more of us can allow ourselves to kind of get away from this tall poppy syndrome where I better not shine too brightly because what is the neighbor going to think? If more of us stepped into our superhero powers, just imagine how much we could be impacting.
I love that. And the biggest thing that you've been shared that I really want to touch into and go more is, some of you may be listening to this, well, I don't have a truth, or I have nothing to share. I don't have anything that could be picked up by media. And I remember, like, for a long time, you know, I was like, oh my God, like, who am I to leave corporate America with $5,000 in my bank account and like travel the world? Like, who am I? And I remember even recently there's a friend of mine I was talking with, and he was saying, like, you just decided to run a retreat. You just decided to start coaching people. Like, what made you believe you were credible? And I was like, I just knew. And I want you to believe, and when you hear that, when someone says that, it's like, you are credible right now with who you are. Like, you are enough. You are more than enough for the world to hear your voice. You're more than enough to receive in any form of abundance you desire, whether that's in a relationship, whether that's through media, whether that's through impact. But I truly believe, and I truly believe this, each one of us has had something happen in our life that, you know, was a little bit uncomfortable, was a little bit like unfortunate. And, you know, I continuously have these things that happen. However, it's you getting centered and grounded in yourself and getting an environment where you see how that can actually be leveraged to empower other people. You know, I even recently I was with someone and I forgot, you know, someone was like, whoa, how many vacation weeks do you have? And I almost forgot that vacation was a thing, because my whole life is a vacation. And this is the empowerment that we're really guiding you in this place, and this is why we're so excited about it. And we have like the most gorgeous Airbnb that's ocean view. We have a chef that's coming. We're limiting it to 12 people. We got divinely guided for that number, so we've put a number on it. It is 12 people only. flying in from around the USA, and you know, we're just excited. I mean, we're like, man, if you are here, or you believe you're here to have a business, or you even want to have that slight thought, that slight sliver of a thought, allow yourself to be here.
Yeah. Thank you, Colleen. Yeah. Oh, bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, just to piggyback on that, we are being really intentional around who is going to be at this retreat, because we know it's going to be, and the applications that are coming in are high vibe visionaries, really. Yeah. And people that know they have a bigger calling and maybe just don't know how to get started. Yes. How do you really even get started? And then once you do, how do you leverage the tools that each of us can have in our toolbox? And, you know, we talked about credibility. Yes, I 100% agree with you that we are all able to step up now. And just for those of you that may be wondering, my credibility in the media space, I have literally worked with brands around the world, have gotten them on the cover of magazines like the Raw Report, onto MSNBC, quoted in things like the Times. And so, you know, I have been doing it in this space tactically. But before we go into the tactical steps of how do you get yourself seen, we go into the energetic steps of what does it really mean to you to be seen, and why do you feel that calling?
Yes, and that's so important, is your why. And that's like something Katerina is so excited about, because I know like my why, if I watch my first video I ever did or anything, it's always been about love. And if you are really living with love, like you're not like in a sphere of projection or, oh my God, I can't say this, I'm going to mess it up, or what's going to happen. Like if you're like living, hey Teresa, if you're living in that place of like, oh my God, I don't know, or oh my God, I'm nervous, like that can't possibly mean that you're living in divine love with yourself. And the quickest way for this world to, the quickest way for you, first of all, you to manifest and for others to manifest around you is for you to be living in love. And it's a practice. It's not something that comes easily all the time. Like love can be a little bit uncomfortable. There can be things that are shared that aren't always so fun and so good. However, when it's really your truth, and you know, when you're listening to yourself, like, you know what, I have something to share. I have something to be. Like I have everything to be just who I am. And uncovering those layers, this is for you. Like this is for you. And if you're someone who even knows someone that you're like, oh my gosh, like I know they're kind of just starting their ideas or their visions or their movement, this is for you. We're going to be going deep into, you know, meditation and doing some things. And we're also going to be going into the business side. It's both. And we both have been a lot of success in different areas, but we really want to make this such an environment that's just so empowering and magical. And we have people, like Katerina said, that have just started, all the way to people who have very successful brands but haven't brought anything online. And I'm a big believer, as I've shared, by 2030, majority of the world is going to be under the age of 30. You will want to be online. If you are not online, people are not going to know about you. Hey,
and you know what? Well, I was going to say, and to your point about being online, yeah, there's online the way we're doing right now, which is, you know, hey, we're showing up on Facebook, and there's coming online for your own life, people. How many of you are around people that are just not even turning on their own life? You know, so we have a real opportunity right now to step into the highest, most impactful version of us. You know, we can sit and we can watch football and Kardashians all weekend, or we can actually get together and do something. And not that I'm saying don't watch football or don't watch Kardashians. I've done my fair share of both, I promise. But I also believe that time is ticking, you know. And somebody said to me, you know, Katerina, where was I? Somebody, I think it was at Secret Knock, where somebody was saying you can measure the remaining days of your life in summers. So don't think of it as I have 40 years. Think of it as I have 40 summers left. If you're in your 50s or 60s right now, right? When you look at how many summers you have left, if you only have 36 summers left, what would you want to do with those summers? How would you want to impact and contribute? And part of what we're going to be doing in our 2-day retreat is going into all of this, really setting the energetic foundation for your vision on day 1. And then on day 2, really giving you the tactical tools and steps of how do you get seen on TV? How do you push yourself through to producers? How do you actually then take that appearance and make it, you know, monetize for yourself so that people will want to buy what you're selling, contract your services, so that each of us can actually really get to a place where we're monetizing our dreams and our vision and not being reliant on someone else for that paycheck.
Yes, I agree. And the other thing even is like with, you know, digital strategies, and something that you touched on, 2 things, like communication that we touched on here is like, you know, there's really nothing more to be, and there's everything just to remember. There's really nothing to, I guess, look at how to be more of something, step into something to do this. Like there's just everything to look back and how you can actually allow the essence of who you are, which Cameron shared, speak for itself, and that magnetizes the opportunities to you. And, you know, one thing that, you know, Katerina are really big on is like this communication of when you communicate online on every word, everything that you share, like that has an imprint on someone else's life. And so if you're saying like, I desire to have whatever it is, but you're sharing like, oh, this is bad, or this is not whatever it is, like you're not really stabilizing where you desire. You're going to keep recreating what you don't want. Like what you actually speak into the world is what you're creating. And so we're going to like actually teach you the marketing tactics for communication skills that will promise you excel and accelerate your business, create new opportunities for you that you could never imagine, because it's so far beyond what your mind can comprehend, because it's really coming from your soul and your heart and your essence, which is opening a new world of possibilities that are just right on the other side of you remembering to communicate authentically with your voice.
I love that, Colleen. That's exactly what we're going to be doing, folks. As Colleen mentioned, I do some training around charisma. I actually have another event coming up this coming weekend. And really at the core essence of charisma, if charisma was an onion and you were peeling back a layer of it, what you would get to is personal magnetism. So it's really about tapping into your own personal magnetism, your alignment with your truth, and raising that frequency so that you can be really, really, really in a place where you genuinely wake up and enjoy your day. And I think that's why you and I get along, Colleen, because we've done a lot of work. We've done a lot of really, I suppose it would be designing, you know, life by design. My other business partner, Jim Lutz, talks about life by design. We design our day, and our day is, hey, we've got business partners that we love. We have business that we travel to. We have things that get us up in the morning, get us excited. And because of that, and because of all the cool, real, again, tactical steps that we've taken, that we know the roadmap, we have the roadmap, we have the tips and the tools and the tricks, we just realized that it was time to create an environment and cultivate a space where others can come in and really amplify their why.
Yes, and I feel like the biggest thing is like, if you know you are here, like deep down you're listening to this and you feel like a calling, you're like, ooh, I know I'm meant to be here doing something. Like I know it should be something that's amplified. Like I'm ready for it to be amplified. I'm ready to ignite that light even greater than it already is within myself. And I'm ready for that. I'm ready to gain that clarity or find my purpose, as some people have been saying. You're ready to really dig into that, because we really moved through that, as I did in my last retreat, and you're really ready to see what opportunities are available for you right now, and you're ready to see how you can monetize all this for your impact and your income. This is the event for you. Like this is the event. This is the thing. Like if you're ready to laugh, you're ready to go, because Katerina and I love to have fun.
We do. We always have fun though. That's the problem. It's not a problem. That's like that's the gift. That's the gift we allow ourselves though, Colleen.
It is.
You know?
It's so beautiful. Yeah. And like Katerina and I love you. Like I love her so much. I just like I'm gonna say I just love Katerina so much. And like it's an honor really to be what I've looked at my life in 15 months of business, to be available to create such a container. And it's amazing to be in a place where I can be with someone who's been having so much experience in media that's all over the world, and I feel that I'm enough to contribute my life's work of development and digital strategies and mindset hacks with money to really create this. And I really believe that everyone that's connected here, like if you've known me for a bit or followed my journey, like love is the way, and love will always be the way. And, you know, that's why it's so important. The biggest thing for you to start shifting your beliefs, to start shifting your opportunities, and even in the literature review I was reading today, the biggest thing is that for you to start shifting your awareness, and the only way to shift your awareness is for a new environment or perspective to be given to you.
Absolutely. And another thing that I love too is some of the people that are working on the bigness of their projects are people that are really, really recognizing that it's time to become collaborative. It's time to be leaning on each other. It's time to be supportive of each other. And I believe that that's where a lot of the new consciousness is coming from. It's moving away from this place of competition and to a place of collaboration. It's moving away from a place of scarcity and fear to a place of abundance and a place of real excitement. And, you know, folks, the biggest thing that is a constant, and we all know this, is uncertainty. And we have a choice. We can move into uncertainty from a place of fear and like, holy shit, what's this going to mean? or we can move into a place of uncertainty and look at it as infinite possibilities of, holy shit, what is this going to mean? You know, just a slight tweak on the way you say that phrase really creates a totally different experience. And so we're going to talk about all of that. You touched on the word desire earlier, and I caught the language of one of the people that I mentor, and he was saying, you know, I really want money, I really want money, I really want money. And I said to him, well, you're wanting money is coming from a place of need and desperation and anxiety. If you change that word and you replace it and you substitute it with the word desire, I desire money, right? That comes with an energy of excitement and passion and imagination and creativity, right? When I desire something, trust me, I'm feeling a heck of a lot more sexy than when I want something. So let's desire a lot of fun stuff for each other.
When you said that, I was like, yes, I desire.
Yes, I know.
I was like, yes. It's like, I'm so ready. I'm so ready to receive it. So anyway, we're super excited about it, and we really would love to have you there. If you're feeling called, it probably does feel a little bit uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie. I remember, you know, my first retreats that I've gone to, you know, it was actually a year ago, very short, a year ago. I was in LA, one of my first things, and I was so nervous, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, are people going to think I'm enough? Are they going to judge me? And I had like all of these things, and I just want to let you know, like, this is such an open and supportive environment. The people, like, we are literally being so selective. Like, there's people we have turned away or not accepted, and we really are being so selective because we want this to be filled with so much love and expansive and sexiness and fun and laughter, and it's just going to be a place where we're bringing like the magical consciousness of media and how you can do your part and grow in your life and your vision. And if you don't even have a vision, like how to remember that you actually do.
I love that you use the word remember. Well, we would like you to remember to hit us up privately on Messenger, either one of us, either Colleen or myself, and we will be happy to share more details around the application process for you. As Colleen mentioned, we're being really, really selective. We want the right group of people with the right dynamic and the right fit. And if you feel called, if you feel like you're one of those people who knows this is for you, then please, please, please reach out to us. We are more than happy to get on the line with you and share more detail.
Yes, yes, yes. And we both are just so excited for this. We love you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this. If you're on the replay, if you're on whatever, you have any questions about media, digital strategies, your purpose, your why, you can even reach out to us about that so we can give you some space just to talk about it, because I know like some people might be like, oh, I'm nervous, I don't know about this, or like flying somewhere, that might be a big deal. You know, and it's totally good. Like, just we're here to be so real in all of the feelings and all of it, so it can be brought to the light, and for the world to be impacted by you simply being you, and for you to actually be impacted by yourself, for you actually
the concept, right? Awesome. Yeah, I love it.
All right. Anything else for Katerina? Anything else?
You know what? I just want to say a big, big thank you to everyone that was on here with us today. I love getting on live with you. I love everyone that jumped on. If you're watching still, thank you for watching. I don't have access to the details of who's jumped on, but I'll go back and again, if you're watching this on the replay, just hashtag replay and know that you can hit us up. We are excited. It's coming up in a few weeks, guys. Woo woo! Get on it.
Yes. Sending so much love.